Bhavollas ashram, and I'm very grateful to all of you once again who have come here. We are trying to relish a few verses from Srila Rupa Goswami's assorted collection of verses, and this is named Shri Padyavali. But before we continue, I'll perform short kirtan. We'll chant Mangalacharan, then I'll begin speaking something. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jai Radha Raman Bihari Radha Raman Bihari Radhe Jai Radha Shyam Sundar Radha Shyam Sundar Radhe Jai Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Gurudev Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Thank you once again, dear Vaishnavis, for kindly being present here today. It's a very nice day because yesterday was also a very nice day. It was the...
Today, Prabhu is wearing dhoti, very special.
Oh, Vishnu Charan Prabhu. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because the sun came out.
Sun came out, so on special day he wore dhoti. But yesterday was appearance day of Sri Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. It was a very nice day, and today is another nice day because the sun has come out. So of course, many Vaishnavas appear on each and every day, so it's a very auspicious day. I'm very thankful to each and every one of you for kindly having taken out time and come here. We are discussing a few verses from Srila Rupa Goswami's Padyavali and a few verses that follow in the footsteps of Sri Padyavali. But it is Shishta Parampara, tradition established by the previous great acharyas, that in order to ensure that any event goes on without any obstacles, we should perform Mangalacharan. So in the Manusmriti, it says Mangalachara Yuktanam Nityam cha prayatatmanam japatam juhvatam chaiva vidipato na vidyate. Mangalachara Yuktanam, that those who constantly perform auspicious invocations at the beginning of each event. Nityam cha prayatatmanam, those who constantly endeavor nicely in their spiritual lives. Japatam juhvatam chaiva, whether they are chanting japa or doing sankirtan. Vinipato na vidyate, they do not fall down. So Mangalacharan is very auspicious. The atheists do not perform any Mangalacharan at the beginning of their events. The atheists do not write anything auspicious at the beginning of a book. But do their books attain success? Yes. Of course their books sell in the millions. Isn't it? That's a fact. We cannot deny the basic facts of life, that even without performing Mangalacharan, atheists attain great success in life. Their books sell in the millions and their events are often sold out. So what is the use of performing Mangalacharan if even without performing Mangalacharan you can attain all the success? So in Nyaya Shastra it is called Mangalvad. There is a branch of Nyaya Shastra dedicated to studying this. It has a name, and what is the name, dear devotees? Mangalvad. So this question was once posed to one of the most learned Nyaya Shastris in the world. Some of you might have heard his name, Sri Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya. Of course, he was somebody who would always perform Mangalacharan. But a question was posed in front of him. Why is it that the atheists attain success even without performing Mangalacharan? So Sri Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya's reply is recorded in the schools of Navya Nyaya, because Sri Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya's student was Sri Raghunath Shiromani, and Sri Raghunath Shiromani was the acharya, is the acharya of Navya Nyaya, from whom Sri Jiva Goswami also learnt Navya Nyaya. So in the writings of Sri Raghunath Shiromani, which he had learnt from Sri Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, it is mentioned that let's take the case of an atheist who does not believe in any sort of transcendence. So Sri Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya asks, let's think of an atheist. Does an atheist, before beginning their program or before beginning their book, does any atheist think that let my book fail or let my event fail? No. Every atheist prays for success of their book or their event. And success, desire for success is nothing but desire for auspiciousness. And auspiciousness is nothing but Mangal. And hence even the atheist performs Mangalacharan, some desire in relation to auspiciousness at the beginning of their books or events. But they perform it within their heart. We Vaishnavas are more vocal in expressing our gratitude towards Bhagavan, and hence we perform Mangalacharan verbally. So dear devotees, I will perform Mangalacharan. Most of us know these verses. You can kindly sing along with me. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले सोऽयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। So at least for those of us who came in contact with Gaudiya Vaishnavism through ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada Society, we have a lot of gratitude, we owe a lot of debt towards Srila Prabhupada. And my revered Diksha Guru, Sri Srimad Radha Govind Das Goswami Maharaj, once he was speaking from the Bhagavad Mahatmya, which is the glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam given in the Padma Purana. And there is an incident there where Bhakti Devi, along with her two sons, and some of you might be knowing the names of those two sons, Gyan and Vairagya, she is crying because when she travels through various parts of India, these sons of her, Gyan and Vairagya, especially in Kali Yuga, they become very weak, almost about to die. And hence, she is in great distress, and that is when Narad Muni arrives in front of her, and then Narad Muni asks her what is the cause of her distress. So she narrates her ordeal to Narad Muni, and Narad Muni raises both his hands and takes a vow at that point of time. So this was narrated by my Guru Maharaj, he says, and he quoted the verse, Anya dharman stiraskritya puraskritya mahotsavan yadi pravartayena tvam tada daso harer nahi. So Narad Muni loudly proclaimed, Bhakti Devi, I promise you one thing. I will no longer be known as a servant of Hari. I will remove Das from my identity if in Kali Yuga I do not propagate you everywhere on earth. Keeping aside all other forms of religiosity, if I do not propagate you everywhere on earth, then let it be known that I will no longer be known as a servant of Shri Krishna. So my Guru Maharaj said, and the personality who fulfilled the vision of Narad Muni was none other than Srila Prabhupada. So it is our very great good fortune that all of us are connected to the personality of Srila Prabhupada. And it is he who fulfilled the vision of Narad Muni, the vision that was given 5,000 years ago in the Puranas, was fulfilled by none other than Srila Prabhupada. So we owe a lot of debt to him, and the cornerstone of our spiritual life is resting upon him. So therefore all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Okay. So I fondly remember this because when he was narrating this, he became overcome with some emotion when he was narrating this, and it's a very special moment that I got to witness when he was speaking about Srila Prabhupada. So today we are here and we are discussing Srila Rupa Goswami's Padyavali. So I wanted to give a special, express my special gratitude towards Srila Prabhupada, who is the fulfiller in practical reality. He is the one who fulfilled the desire of Narad Muni. So I'll begin. See, we are here in Shri Vrindavan, Bhaum Vrindavan, and Bhaum Vrindavan, we should also take out some time and glorify Bhaum Vrindavan. And today we see outside, it's all overcome by cement and concrete, and some of it pains our eyes. Actually, quite a lot of it pains our eyes, and how do we make sense out of it? That is also an important part of Gaudiya Vaishnava understanding. But Sri Rupa Goswami mentions the glories of Gokul. Gokul is this particular Bhaum Vrindavan, the Vrindavan that is manifest here on planet Earth. And Sri Rupa Goswami has a very wonderful verse he composes in Laghu Bhagavatamritam. I'll sing the verse, please repeat after me. The verse is in the simple meter, Anushtup. I've only quoted half the verse. Yattu Goloka Nama Syat Taccha Gokula Vaibhavam. So Yat Tu Goloka Namasya, that which is named as Golok Vrindavan, and we know which is Golok Vrindavan, the Vrindavan which is here or the Vrindavan in the spiritual world? Spiritual world. So the Vrindavan in the spiritual world, Golok Vrindavan, is Gokula Vaibhavam. It is actually an opulence of this Gokul. So if that Vrindavan is an opulence of this Vrindavan, which Vrindavan turns out to be superior? This one. It's a very natural conclusion that you can derive, which means that the Vrindavan which is present here is considered by Srila Rupa Goswami to be superior to which Vrindavan? Golok Vrindavan. And there has to be a reason for that, of course. But before we dive into the reasons, there is a Vrindavan which is present in front of our eyes, and that Vrindavan is being overtaken by the manifestations of material energy, and often a lot of it is not very pleasing to the eyes of the Vaishnavas. I have often heard Vaishnavas say, especially those who stay here, we just go from home to a temple and come back from temple to home. We don't stay anywhere in between, because there is a lot of disturbance in between, and so it is very difficult for us to relish anything in between. So we just directly go from here to a temple and come back from the temple to here. That is what I have heard from many of the devotees who stay here. And Sri Jiva Goswami mentions in Shri Krishna Sandarbha that 5,000 years ago, when Bhagavan appeared here, the entire Goloka Vrindavan as it is also manifested here, and there was no covering of material energy whatsoever. But since Bhagavan disappeared, since that time a slight touch of material energy is also present in this particular abode, and Sri Jiva Goswami calls it, in the Sandarbhas he calls it Antardhan Shakti in Shri Krishna Sandarbha. Antardhan means the potency by which material energy gradually makes the abode of Bhagavan disappear. So Bhagavan has disappeared, but his abode has stayed behind. Part of it is still manifest. And which parts of Bhagavan's dham are still manifest? Sri Giriraj Govardhan is the clearest one. Yamuna is also there, and there are many other places which are manifest, some are unmanifest. The 6 Goswamis and Mahaprabhu rediscovered some of them and once again made them manifest. Gradually, they are all going to become unmanifest, but it will take quite a lot of time before they become fully unmanifest. And but 5,000 years ago, the Gokul, which was present here, which was manifested by Bhagavan, is an exact replica of that Goloka. But actually speaking, that Goloka is a replica or is a Vaibhav of this Gokul. So there must be something special here which is not present there. And so we should understand what it is here that is not present there. And this is mentioned by Sri Kavi Karnapur in his Ananda Vrindavan Champu. In the first stabaka, in the first chapter of Sri Anand Vrindavan Champu, at the very end, Sri Kavi Karnapur composes a verse. Please repeat after me. Balyadi Leela Suranash Leele Lokam Vinanar Hata Eva Shobham. Balya Adi Leela. What is Balya Leela, dear devotees? Childhood pastimes. And Asura Nash Leela, the pastime of killing demons. Lokam Vina, without Gokul, without material world. Na Arhata Eva Shobham. They don't become, these pastimes are suited for this abode, Gokul. So here is the translation. Mataji, kindly read.
Without the earthly abode of Gokul, Krishna's Balya pastimes and his pastimes of killing the demons do not attain elegance.
Yeah, so there is no elegance in those pastimes, especially Balya Leela takes place here in Gokul. And Asura Nash Leela, the Leela of killing demons, also takes place in one Vrindavan. Is it Golok Vrindavan or Gokul Vrindavan? Gokul Vrindavan. So there is something in Gokul Vrindavan which is not present in Golok Vrindavan. Our impression of the material world is Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. We sometimes carry this impression into our understanding of Gokul. Oh, even in Gokul there must be some misery because it is a part of which world? Material world. But this is not the case. When Bhagavan manifests his pastime in Gokul, the entire Leela is covered by Yogamaya. And not even a tiny atom of material suffering is there for the Vrajavasis or for any associates of Bhagavan. So it's as good as the spiritual world. In fact, it is better than the spiritual world because there are two types of Leela that happen only in Gokul but not in Golok. And what are the two Leelas mentioned by Sri Kavi Karnapur? Balya Adi. Balya Adi means childhood, etc. What does etc.? Etc. means Pauganda, adolescence. Because in spiritual world, he is Nitya Kishore. As I said, rough translation. What is rough translation of Kishore? Sweet 16. Alright? Huh? So he is eternally sweet 16. But here he gets the chance to go from 0 to 16. So it's not only remaining permanently in 16, but the opportunity to go from 0 to 16 is repeatedly available in one particular pastimes. And which pastimes are Golok or Gokul? Gokul. So what becomes more special, Golok or Gokul? Gokul. So this is one speciality. And second is Asura Nash Leela, that the Leela of killing the demons. Now question arises, are there demons in the spiritual world? Rumors.
They're not demons, but they have form.
Okay. So Sri Jiva Goswami, and I'll quote Sri Jiva Goswami from Bhakti Sandarbh. He gives the conclusion. Please repeat after me. Asurastu na tatra chetana kintu yantramaya tat pratima nibha gyeya. In Bhakti Sandarbh, Anuched 286, he says, Asurastu, we know what is Asura. Asura is translated as a demon. The demons there, however, na tatra chetana, are not really a living entity, having that ego of a demon. Kintu, however, there are demons there in the spiritual world. Yantramaya, mechanical replicas of original demons.
What is that like?
So Pratima is replica. I hope you are able to know. What is Pratima? It's a replica.
AI.
Huh. Yeah. So this is Sri Jiva Goswami's direct statement. Huh? So asuras tu tatra na tatra chetana. So demons there are not actually in the not a living entity having the ego of a demon, because there can be no living entity there having the ego of a demon. There is no negative qualities for anybody in the spiritual world. Na matsaryadayo devsha in Brihad Bhagavatamritam. Negative qualities such as envy, lust, anger, etc., material envy, material lust, material anger don't exist in the spiritual world. They don't exist. So, kintu yantramaya tat pratima nibha, but they are mechanical replicas of, if they are replicas, then the original must be somewhere. So, pratima is replica. If the replica is in the spiritual world, where is the original demon? Please tell me. Yeah. The real life demon in flesh, who has the ego of a demon, not just a mechanical replica. So please tell me, will Bhagavan relish fighting a mechanical replica, or will Bhagavan relish fighting a real life demon who has the ego of a demon? Real life. So please tell me, which abode is dearer to Bhagavan, Golok or Gokul? And which abode are we sitting in? That's wonderful. Yeah.
If that's the case,
Yeah.
why is it that we're working so hard to go there?
Oh, wonderful. If that is the case, why are we working so hard to go there? Yeah, that's a very important question.
You're working hard to come here.
Yeah. So, as I said, when devotees are new in their bhakti, they are given a certain, as we say in Mumbai's English, lollipop. In Mumbai we say they are given a lollipop, that you will attain liberation. I hope you are able to understand. And it's a fact that world exists, but it may not be in this direction. It can also be in this direction. All right. I hope you are able to. Sometimes we point in this way, but our universe is round, Brahmand. So anyway, so that's another question. Is Golok here or Golok here? All right. So we don't know. Yeah, but in any case, in the beginning of the spiritual life, devotees are given different, what do we say, they are given some secondary purposes for coming onto the path of bhakti. Impetus, some impetus is given, to the inspiration is given, that you become a devotee, you will get dharma, immense piety. You become a devotee, you will get artha, money. It's a fact. After becoming a devotee, people who have not studied anything in the university, dropouts, become millionaires after becoming a devotee. It's a fact, isn't it? After becoming a devotee, you will get calm, you will get a nice spouse. It's a fact. We've seen everywhere around the world. So you get a very nice spouse after becoming a devotee often. If you have a desire, Bhagavan fulfills.
Nice watch.
Nice watch. This is not so nice. Okay. No, yeah. But and another impetus is all your miseries will end, and you will have an eternal path to enjoyment, which is called as moksha, and there will be no unhappiness there.
And you will go back to God.
Go back to Godhead, which is also truth. There is no material anxiety there, but there is crying there, there is separation there. So how is there no material anxiety there? Well, that's a So we devotees always add transcendental anxiety. So what is transcendental needs to be understood. Yeah. So it should not simply be word jugglery. We should also understand in Siddhanta what it is when we add transcendental suffering, to any particular, how is separation the greatest joy? So I'll explain all of that, but Yes, another question. Yeah,
It's mechanical.
yeah. So but one thing is, this abode is more special. This abode is more special. In the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagwan, there is a pastime where all the gopas, they dip in the Yamuna and they see Sri Krishna in the spiritual world. And then Sri Krishna is worshipped by the 4 Vedas, and all the great forms of worship are going on there, and Sri Krishna is being treated like a royal king. And when they come out, they are back in Gokul. In Gokul, Krishna is just a coward, and they are keeping their hands on his shoulders. So they say, "Hey, this place is much better actually. What you showed us was very nice, that you were being treated as a king and everything." So Krishna showed them the Aishwarya aspect of Goloka. Aishwarya Goloka. Yeah. So, but Gokul was sweeter than that. Because in Gokul, they can keep their hands on Bhagavan. And if he doesn't behave properly, they can also give him gali. You know what is gali?
A little bit of a reprimand.
Reprimand. That's a very soft translation of gali.
Slap it around.
Who can tell me what is gali? Loving abusive words. Loving abusive words. So we have to add loving there. It should be loving, but it should also slightly hurt his ego. Both things, some spice should be there. So both things should be there. Otherwise, he will not feel happiness. So like that. Anyways, so Pratima Niba. He knows in the spiritual world he is fighting mechanical replicas, not real demons. So similarly, in the spiritual world, this Balya Lila, the 0 to 16 doesn't happen there. It happens only in which pastimes? Gokul. Since it.
Mother Yashoda, who is she worshipping then?
Who is she worshipping there then?
Yes.
So since she is simultaneously also present in Gokul as Prakash Vigraha. Prakash Vigraha is replica. All the associates of Bhagavan also have unlimited replicas. So we are thinking that Mother Yashoda is only one. And that one is she in Golok Vrindavan or is she in some material world? Both. Yeah. So that is very important to understand. That Sri Jiva Goswami says in the Sandarbhas, even an Ashtanga yogi has the capability to manifest 8 or 9 different forms. So what to speak of the residents of the spiritual world? They can have n number of replicas. So there is no question of if ever she has a desire, the transition from Golok to Gokul is just one thought away. I hope you are able to understand. Yeah, she can be in either place.
And so she's aware about the replica. She's aware she's here.
Yeah, and she's there. Yeah. Just as Kardam Muni manifested in Srimad Bhagavatam, he said Kardam Muni manifested in how many forms? 9. So was he in one place or 9 places?
9 places.
So if Kardam Muni can be in 9 places simultaneously, so why can't Mother Yashoda be in 9 places or more than 9 places? I hope that makes sense. But for us who are only in one place at one time, and for somebody like me who is not even in one place at one time, so it becomes difficult to understand.
We are here, but the mind is.
So it becomes difficult to understand how a person can be present in multiple places at the same time and have multiple identities. But I give some example because from the modern generation you can have an example. People who play virtual reality video games, they are able to have 2 simultaneous identities at the same time. Yes, and they are able to switch simultaneously between their identity inside the video game and the identity in the real world, isn't it?
Sometimes they struggle.
Yeah, they struggle. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. I am giving.
I'm wondering if she's aware about all the different replicas. Doesn't it just stop through us?
No, doesn't it? Okay, doesn't get, because when the living entity attains Bhagavan's prema, their capability to experience rasa through multiple replicas also is there. That's what will satisfy the jiva constantly.
Increase the
Yeah, increases the rasa. Right?
During the Leela, then she will not be knowing.
Yogmaya has covered the everything.
Yeah. Yogmaya covers the Aishwarya aspects.
So then she will be on
Yeah.
her own at that time.
But yeah, as soon as she has any desire, I hope you are able to understand, as soon as she has any desire to release, Yogmaya will ensure that the desire is fulfilled without her realizing that the Aishwarya aspects of Yogamaya. Acha, I have to move ahead. So otherwise this lecture will be without Padyavali. So we will take some questions at the end, but I am giving some rough idea as to what is Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhant speaking about. Anyways, so so Bhagwan here performs Nara Leela basically. Which Leela is Bhagwan performing? Nara Leela. Nara Leela is human like pastimes. Is Bhagwan human or is Bhagwan human like? Human like. So if he is human like, he should also have human like desires. Bhagwan is material or Bhagwan is spiritual? Spiritual. But he is taking the role of a human. Humans are material or humans are spiritual? Material. Yeah, in general, human existence is material or spiritual? Material. It originates from him. So Bhagwan is the Supreme Personality, but executing pastimes like an ordinary human. So some characteristics of ordinary humans will be found in him. Shri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Sri Rupa Goswami says there are 18 major faults in human beings. 18 major faults, and I will give you some of the faults. Alright? And please tell me yes or no if these faults are there within us all or not. Sleep, and anger, and greed, and lust. And now I will ask the same question. Please answer in yes or no. In relationship with Krishna, does Krishna sleep?
Yes.
Yeah. Not only he sleeps, he blabbers in his sleep. So, does he become angry? And Damodar Leela bit his lower lip. Yeah. Does he become greedy? Yeah. You take steal all the clarified butter from everybody, then feed the monkeys. The monkeys are also so satisfied, they are saying, bas, enough, no, not more. So what remains also he should at least preserve, that also he destroys. That is his characteristic. Lust. So, is calm present in Bhagavan? That is a major question. And that question will be answered at the end of today's presentation. By giving a detailed reference. Calm present in Bhagavan. Because Bhagavan is executing Naravat Leela, human like pastimes. So human like characteristics have to be there. But calm in the case of Bhagavan is much different from calm in the case of the material world. Calm in the case of material world is called by Sri Rupa Goswami as Ulbana Kam. It pains you. At the end it pains you. In the beginning it may not pain you. In the end it pains. So that is called Ulbana Kam. It burns people who try to engage in it. Some people love that. They engage in it. No, but they suffer nonetheless. Bhogana bhukta vayameva bhukta. We didn't enjoy sense objects ended up consuming us. Bhartrihari says, we didn't consume the sense objects consumed us. So who became old, sense objects or we? So who consumed whom? So that is a question asked by Bhartrihari. So sense objects ended up consuming us. So, but in Bhagavan's Leela, there are no such aberrations, there are no such limitations. His calm is successful. So there are many avatars of Bhagavan which are human-like, such as Vaman avatar, such as Sri Ram avatar, such as Parshuram avatar, Sri Krishna avatar. And there are 4 goals of human life. Can anybody tell me which are the 4 goals of human life? Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha. And there are other human-like avatars of Bhagwan where Bhagwan fulfilled his Dharma Purushartha, where Bhagwan became the most dharmic personality. Can anybody tell me in which incarnation did Bhagwan fulfill his desire of Dharma? Wow, all of you are on the same page. Maryada. So his desire to execute Dharma was completely fulfilled in the human-like pastime of Sri Ramchandra. As Vaman Dev, he fulfilled his second goal of life completely. And what is the second goal of life? Artha. Because he took over the entire universe. What more do you need? With 3 steps, he got all the artha of the universe. Any other artha, any other finances remaining? No. The donor became his slave. What more do you need? Now remains the third Purusharth. And what is the third Purusharth? And for satisfying, fulfilling that Purusharth is this particular Bhumi, the devotees. For satisfying Bhagwan's third Purusharth of life, this particular land is manifest.
If we call Bhagavan Prem Purushotam, that is Mahaprabhu.
Yeah.
Leela Purushotam is
Krishna. But which Leela?
Sweet Leela.
Kam Leela. Gopyah Kamad Bhayad Kamso.
But Mahaprabhu always Prem Leela.
Yeah. We call Bhagwan's Kam as Prem. That we call it. But the Srimad Bhagavatam also calls it what? Kam. So let's be very honest. Bhagwan fulfilled one particular goal of human life in his Vrindavan pastimes. And which goal was that? Kam. Which is we call as prema. So this is the glory of Sri Vrindavan. So this is the personal pleasure ground of Sri Bhagwan, because it is in this personal pleasure ground that Sri Bhagwan fulfilled all of his desires for Kam, and not only here, specifically in Govardhan, and also specifically in Govardhan at one particular place. Which particular place is that? Sri Radhakund, which is mentioned in the final 3 verses of the Upadeshamritam, glorified in the final 3 verses of the Upadeshamritam. So every devotee has their respective taste which they relish in relation to Bhagwan. Yesterday I was making this point that we should not try to have a soft groupism around rasas. Every individual is different and not every masala is garam masala. That I showed. If we cook everything in garam masala, nobody will like it. So Bhagwan also desires to relish various flavors. So therefore there are many flavors in Goloka Vrindavan also. Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. And Sri Rupa Goswami gives a praman for that every devotee considers their taste to be the highest. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.5.38, this is what Sri Rupa Goswami says. Please repeat after me. Yathottaram asau swada visheshollasamayyapi ratirvasanaya swadvi bhasate kapi kasyachis yatha uttaram asau swada vishesha ullasamayyapi. This rati, this attraction towards Krishna is uttaram vishesha ullasamay. It is progressively tasteful. Progressively tasteful means dasya is sweeter than shanta, sakhya is sweeter than dasya and shanta, vatsalya is sweeter than shanta, dasya, sakhya, and madhurya is rasraj. It is the king of all the rasas. Still, ratir vasanaya swadvi bhasate. A particular taste appears most tasteful to a particular jiva. Why? Vasanaya, according to vasana. What is vasana? Vasana is devotional impressions from previous lives. That is called as vasana. So because of these vasanas, that is devotional impressions from previous lives, a certain taste appears as the tastiest. Appears.
It is not actually.
Because no jiva can see from a neutral point of view. I hope you are able to understand. I'll clarify. I'll give a material example. For a husband, his wife is the most beautiful. Now, for he who genuinely finds it after marriage. So I am giving a material example just to make it clear. So for a husband or for a mother, the child is the sweetest. Now you go and ask the mother, objectively or subjectively? She is already involved in it. She has her hands wet. I hope you are able to understand. Now she can't say that. It doesn't. Now that question doesn't make any sense, because nobody can be a neutral observer here. The author also is biased towards Madhurya Ras. Agreed or not? Yes. He is trying to be as neutral as possible, but it's a fact of life. His own mind is immersed in one particular ras. Which rasa? Madhurya. So even the author, although claiming to be having a neutral point of view and saying that Madhurya is the highest, but it is also a fact that the author is also personally relishing one particular ras and is also inclined towards one particular ras. Which rasa? Madhurya. Because nobody would like to be second best in the spiritual world. That's a fact of life. Yeah, that's we had that discussion yesterday. Before you attain sthai bhav, before you attain sthai bhav, the next slide will show that. Okay. So according to a particular individual's vasana, one particular taste appears the sweetest. And I asked the question yesterday, in food rasa, bhojan rasa, how many like sweet juices? Raise your hand. Sweet juices. Mango juice. Mango juice. This Prabhu, your name Prabhuji? Achintya? Achintya Vitin. You didn't raise your hands. No, not out of my fear. You don't like? So which juice do you like, Mataji?
Lemonade.
See, she likes tangy. How dare you like tangy? Don't you know? So everybody should follow me, because I say mango juice is the sweetest. Does it work that way? No. So it doesn't work that way. So in bhojan ras you are not on the same page, and you are thinking in bhakti ras will be on the same page. So we should not have that sort of an ideal. The ideal is for every devotee different rasas will appeal, and that particular rasa will be considered by that devotee to be the highest. But from a neutral point of view, it is a fact that Madhurya gives the highest sweetness. The reason being, I will give one simple reason. Dasya, the devotee, is always lower, Bhagwan is always above him. Vatsalya, the devotee is always above, Bhagwan is always lower. Sakhya, they are always equal. And Madhurya, there is always a flux. You choose what you want. Either Bhagwan falls at the feet of Sri Radha, or Sri Radha renders servitude to Bhagwan. So there is a flux. So this is what is possible in which rasa? Madhurya. So that's as neutral as we can get. But having said that, each and every one, once you get involved, as I say, once the lion tastes blood, it can no longer go back to eating grass. Alright, so that's why it's very important to understand that this object, from a neutral point of view, we may say this, but every devotee will say that their particular rasa is the highest.
At what stage do they become involved?
At what stage you become involved? Asakti. That is the beginning. Ruchi. Little tap opens, one drop by drop.
Nothing will change at that stage.
It may change, but the slide is showing. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments on this verse. He says, Tanmadde kapirati kaschidit bhaktasya prachin vasanaya swadvi bhasate. Amongst all bhakti rasas, a particular ras appears most tasteful to a particular devotee according to his specific vasana. What is vasana, dear devotees? Devotional tendencies. Prachin, from previous lives. Okay. And then he gives the example of food rasa. I always say, acharyas give example from material world. Why do they give examples from material world? Because the frame of reference is there for you. So since the frame of reference is there for you, you can easily relate. Then he says, Yatha, Madhura, Amla, Katu, Adi, Rasanam Madhya. Madhura, sweet, Amla, tangy, Katu, pungent. He referred to 6 tastes. What are the 6 tastes, dear devotee? They are in front of you. What are the 6? Sweet, sour, pungent, salty, astringent, bitter. Example of sweet is given there, honey. Example of sour is lemon. Example of pungent is popular. Example of salty, salt itself. Astringent is avocado. But if those who don't understand avocado, there is another example. Jamun, Java plum. After eating Java plum, that feeling of powdery feeling that you have in your tongue, so that feeling is called as astringent. So classic example of astringent is jamun, Java plum. And bitter, neem. So these are 6 tastes. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, एकस्मिन् एव रसे कस्यचन प्राचीन वासनया रुचिर न अन्य रसे. So in one particular food taste, somebody will have attachment, not in another taste. So an example is being given from the material world, so it becomes easy for us to understand. तथैव दासादि एकतर रसे कस्यचित् भक्तस्य प्राचीन वासनया. So similarly in dasya, sakhya, etc., a particular devotee from prachin vasana. What is vasana? Previous tendencies from previous lives. So that particular rasa will appeal to them. Kim va, or else. There is a short window of change. Asmin eva janmani tadrisha mahat kripaya ruchir. In this very life, if you meet an expert chef, so the expert chef can change your inclinations. So Mataji may like tangy, but then somebody may prepare nice Alfonso mango milkshake.
German apple juice.
German apples. All right. Apple is so common. All the fruits are named after apple. So when the Britishers came to India or the tropical countries, they saw one fruit which is everywhere in the world. It is called ananas, but the British called it pineapple. Yeah. Yeah, pine apple. When they came to India, they saw the tal fruit. They called it ice apple. And then they saw sitapal. They called it custard apple. And then they made the computer. They also called it apple. So there is unlimited variety in the names, but apple was a common name given. But anyways, so apple juice is also good. So, but freshly squeezed. But Mataji, fresh Alfonso mango juice in summer season.
Maybe I didn't get to taste.
That's very important.
You have to be qualified to taste it. If you have too much pitta,
Yeah.
it disturbs the body.
Yeah. So I'll also say one thing. I come from western part of India, Maharashtra. There is one fruit which is only available in Maharashtra. No. There's another tangy fruit. It's called kokum. It's available only in Maharashtra. Those who have not gone there have not tasted what is kokum.
Is it sweet or?
It's how to describe it?
We are.
Yeah, it's tangy. It's tangy, but it's heavenly tangy. Yeah. So in Narad Bhakti Sutra it says Muka Swadanavat. Narad Bhakti Sutra describing bhakti is like a person who is mute trying to describe what it is to taste something. So that is what it is. Anyway, so you have to be at the right place at the right time to experience the right thing. So in any case, so an expert chef can change your inclination. So this is where the praman is given by the previous acharya.
Change means to increase further better.
No, change the flavor. Like in 6 rasas, okay, you can change from salty to before you attain your sthai bhav or prema, an expert chef can make you change your direction. After you attain your sthai bhav or after you attain prema, it is called sthai because it stays sthai. The meaning of sthai is fixed, and that doesn't go against its name, it remains forever as it is. Hare Krishna.
This is the principle of Sangha.
Yeah, Satsanga.
Even if a devotee associates with those who are impersonalists, they will change it.
Yeah. An impersonalist can also taste your change and make you taste the salt water of impersonal liberation. Right? So this is easily possible. Anyways, we were yesterday, we have to get into Krishna has many problems going on in his personal life. We have our problems, but Krishna is going through a lot of problems in his personal life, and as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, it is our duty to try to help him come out of his personal problems. And as I said yesterday, Purvaraga is there, and Purvaraga is basically a condition of separation from Sri Radha and the other gopis, but we highlight Sri Radha in that, where he has seen her for the first time or heard about her, and his mind is tremendously attracted. He wants to speak to her, he wants to meet her, maybe exchange some gifts with her, but there is a big hindrance in his meeting her. And what is the big hindrance? Elders and society. These elders have no other business. These custodians of morality who prevent Sri Radha and Krishna from meeting each other have no other business other than preventing them from meeting. Why do they exist in Krishna Lila? To increase the taste. So Sri Rupa Goswami quotes Bharat Muni in Ujjwal Nilmani. Bharat Muni's principle: Na vina vipralambhena sambhoga pushtim ashnute kashaite hi vastrado bhuyan rago vivardhate. Na vina vipralambhena, without separation, sambhoga, meeting, does not become tasteful. And then Bharat Muni gives an example which Sri Rupa Goswami repeats as it is: Kashaite hi vastrado bhuyan rago vivardhate. Take white cloth and you have to color it. Now, previously there was indigo coloring in India, especially in Bihar there was indigo coloring. So they used to dye indigo dye. So if you want to color a cloth, do you want pakka fixed color or do you want temporary color? Which color do you want? Fixed color. If you want fixed color, you can't just take a white cloth and dip it into color, because you will get a color, but after drying, when you wash it, 50% of the color will be washed out. So you first have to add what is known as a fixing agent, and that fixing agent is a little harsh chemical. So you first add a little fixing agent to the cloth, dip the cloth in that harsh fixing agent, and then after that add color to it. And after you've added color to that, then when the cloth dries, the color will not go away. So Sri Bharat Muni says, similarly, the harsh chemical of separation has to be applied first before adding the color of union. Then the color of union becomes completely strong and fixed. Otherwise, it is of no use. So in Radha Krishna Lila, it begins with separation. On earthly planets, it begins with what? Separation. They are growing up together, 0 to 16. Around the age of 8, 9, 10, they become interested in each other. Can they speak freely to each other? No. Society is a big hindrance. But is it a big hindrance or is it a big nourisher? Big nourisher. So it's always nice to give examples from material world. Food tastes best after Nirjala Ekadashi. This is a fact. Every morsel is non-different from Krishna. But that realization is mainly had after Nirjala Ekadashi. So that is how separation from any object of pleasure makes that object very special. So similarly, the pastimes begin on a note of separation. And as I said, Bhagavan is also experiencing separation. And one of the best things about Sri Rupa Goswami's Leela is that there is no trace of Ashlilta. Ashlilta is vulgarity in the pastimes, because vulgarity spoils the mood of the audience. Because in a big assembly, if something vulgar is spoken, then the audience may not like it. But in Sri Rupa Goswami's description, there is no trace of vulgarity. This is all very sweet Leela. So you can speak in an assembly and like-minded people will always like it. There is a precaution given by Sri Jiva Goswami in Bhakti Sandarbh about Madhurya Leela. He said, Paurushendriya vikaravad indriyai no pasya. He said, if there are those devotees who on reading these pastimes or on hearing these pastimes, they develop Paurusha Indriya Vikar, Paurusha Indriya Vikar means agitation of the as a male, an agitation within one's senses. If they develop that agitation within one's physical senses, especially pertaining to somebody who is in a masculine body, Paurusha Indriya Vikar, na upasya, then they should pause. They should not stop, they should pause. Revisit after some time when the mind is more sober, after few years. I hope you are able to understand. Revisit after few years when the mind is more sober. Because what is that? Devotees extreme precaution, stay away forever. So it's not meant to stay away forever. The only precaution to be taken care of is the king of all precautions, is that listening to any of these pastimes, all the pastimes are to be relished on the level of the mind. None of the pastimes should start manifesting on the level of the physical body. Some after effects may be seen, like standing of hair on end or tears. After effects are okay, but some negative transformations of lust should not be seen, especially on a male body. Yeah. So that is what is called as what? Sahajya. So this is what should be taken care of. If this thing is taken care of, you have taken care of most of the things. Alright? Understand the tattva nicely and make sure it always is relished on the platform of the mind and the heart. These are the only two material instruments which are capable of fully or having a grasp of Bhagavan's pastimes. This body is not capable of having a grasp of Bhagavan's pastimes. These are material instruments, heart and mind. But bhakti can descend upon them and semi-spiritualize them, as I have said in the first day of the talk. Right? So, Krishna's condition is not so good. And because he is experiencing this separation, and the technical name of that separation is Purvaraga. And
when we hear Srila Prabhupada giving advice to his students when they were especially so much agitated, then he said you should listen to the pastimes of Radha and Krishna.
Yeah. You should listen to Srila Prabhupada also, as Prabhu is saying. Prabhupada also recommended on some occasions that if you are too agitated, you can listen to the pastimes. And the principle behind that is, it is given in the 10th canto, Vikriditam Vrajavadhu Biridam Cha Vishno Shraddhan Vitanu Shunuyadhatha Varnayedya. Anyone who faithfully listens to the pastimes of Bhagavan with the gopis, his heart will be freed of lust. So the faithfully is a very important part of that. So faithfully means somebody should explain the tattva, somebody should gradually introduce the rasas, and then the purpose is not to become Kam Kinkar, servant of lust. That is not the purpose of human form of life. The purpose of human form of life is to become Prem Kinkar, servant of prema. And that is the purpose of human form of life. So it's very true that when heard faithfully from a proper source, it will drive away the negative tendencies such as lust. So anyways, our Bhagavan is in a state of depression, and this state of depression is described in the Padyavali by Sri Rupa Goswami. This verse is originally composed by Sri Daityari Pandit. Sri Rupa Goswami heard it once and noted it down. So this verse is in the Padyavali. Now the meter of the verse is Vasanta Tilakam, same as Brahma Samhita. I'll sing, please repeat after me. Vatsanna charayati vadayatena venum. Vassanna charayati vadayatena venum. Amodadena yamunavana marutena. Kunje niliya shidhilam valitottamangam. Antastvaya shvashiti sundarananda suru. So, a Sakhi comes to Sri Radha and she says, you are also depressed because you want to meet somebody. Yesterday we saw she is depressed because she wants to meet Sri Krishna. And Sri Jiva Goswami had said both people are experiencing same emotions. That is Purvaraga. Both have to experience same emotions. So if she is depressed, somebody else should also be depressed. Who should be depressed? Krishna. If Bhagavan thinks that I will be happy and everybody else will be depressed for me, sorry, it doesn't work that way. You are in human pastimes. Which pastimes? Human. So you have to accept the role of a human, which means if they are suffering from depression, you also have to suffer from transcendental depression. So this is not material suffering, but is depression. Bhagavan is suffering from this depression, and this depression is going to increase when he goes to Mathura, and big trouble in Dwarka, big problem in Dwarka. So that we Gaudiya Vaishnavas have to follow him everywhere, because we have to remind him that it was your fault that you left for Mathura. If nothing else, just to remind him again and again that whose decision was it to leave Vrindavan? Please tell me. Don't be afraid of the Supreme Personality of God. Like a Gaudiya Vaishnava, speak loudly. Whose mistake was it to leave Vrindavan? That's it.
This was his biggest mistake.
Biggest mistake. See, unless we are able to relate personally to Bhagavan like this, we will never become a Gaudiya Vaishnava. The whole Upasana Paddhati, the whole method of worship of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to relate to Bhagavan personally in this manner. Every morning all of you are coming and giving gali to Bhagavan, believe it or not. Verbal abuses. Ashlishyava padaratam pinashtumam adarshanan marmahatam karotuva yatha tatha va vidadhatu lampato. What is lampato? Debauchee. So every morning all of you are decorating Bhagavan with the choicest of ornaments. So don't hesitate right now and say loudly that the person responsible for all this suffering is only one. Who is that? Krishna. That's it. So it's obvious that you have to see the repercussions of your own actions. So here are some of the repercussions. Vatsan charayati. Oh, Radha, nowadays he doesn't take out the calves for grazing. His other cowherd friends are doing the job for him. Vadayatena venum. Nowadays he has stopped frequently playing his venu. Venu is which flute? Bamboo. His dearmost one. He stopped playing his bamboo flute nowadays. Amodatena yamuna vana marutena. Amodatena doesn't take any pleasure in Yamuna vana marutena, in sitting on and enjoying the breezes of the Yamuna. Doesn't take any pleasure in that. So what is he doing nowadays? Kunje niliya. He is hiding inside his kunja. Alone. You know. Nowadays we put a sign on the board, do not disturb, outside the door. We put a sign outside. So I'm just giving a modern day equivalent of that, alright, so that so you can understand the gist of what is happening. So Kunje Niliya, he's hiding inside. Hiding from whom? He's hiding from everybody. A person hides from everybody in the world. Can they hide from themselves? Kunja Enili, you're hiding from everybody. Deep inside the kunja, Shithilam, dejected. Valita Uttamangam. Uttam Anga is highest part of body, his head. Valita, always like this. And of course to support it like this. And Antas Tvaya Shvashiti, remembering you, Shvashiti. Heaving sighs of dejection. Sundari, oh beautiful, Nanda Sunu, this is the condition of that son of Nanda Maharaj. So we should ask Bhagavan something. Please repeat after me. You have to ask this question to Bhagavan, all right? Krishna, is everything okay? Yeah, everything is okay. Yeah, everything is okay. What happened? Any friend comes and asks, everything? Yeah, everything is okay. Why? Big ego. Why are you hiding? Yeah. See? No, nothing. Like this. Mataji, here is the translation. Please read slowly.
Oh, beautiful girl, he neither takes the calves out for grazing, nor does he seem to play the flute. Moreover, he has stopped taking pleasure in the cooling breezes that flow in the forest near the Yamuna. Hiding deep inside a kunja with his head bent down in utter dejection, he heaves deep sighs, being overcome in his mind by your thoughts.
I see some devotees are crying. The success of the presentation is in making everybody cry. I hope you are able to understand. Not to make everyone laugh. Laughter is also there, but the success of the presentation is in making everyone cry. Because those who are crying, you should tell me, what are you experiencing, sorrow or happiness? Happiness. I hope you are able to understand. Sorrow is the greatest happiness in Sri Vrindavan. There was a literature written here called Prema Pattanam, City of Love. Someday we can discuss about Prema Pattanam. In Prema Pattanam, Vrindavan is described as the city of all opposites, where separation is union, where union is separation, where happiness is the highest distress and distress is the highest happiness. So that subject matter is described in the Prema Pattanam of Shri Rasikottamsa, who is a Gaudiya Vaishnava belonging to one of the parivars here in Sri Vrindavan. Sanskrit literature, very nice. So, dear devotees, for those who cannot visualize easily, here it is. Look at him. So, keep the painting on the walls of your heart. It's important to keep paintings on the walls of your heart. Yeah. You know what that peacock feather is? It's always, pointing upwards. That pride. Yeah. Yeah. So, our Bhagavan is in dejection. This is the Gaudiya Vaishnava Bhagavan. This is the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sri Krishna. And we love to describe such pastimes. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all of these verses went through the ears of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Gambhira. All of these verses. Yeah, all of these. Sri Rupa Goswami was right there. They all used to discuss these verses. So what you are hearing is Uchchishta, remnant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he relished in the Gambhira. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has shed his tears over these verses. And what you are hearing is the remnants of that. Right? So this is our fortune that we have this literature available to us. Anyways, finally in Priya Narma Sakha, I explained yesterday what is Priya Narma Sakha and the rough translation I gave of that. What is the rough translation of Priya Narma Sakha? Partner in crime, a friend who is a partner in crime, alright? There are friends, but there are friends who know all our secrets and who won't reveal them to others and who act as partners in crime. They act as Priya Narma Sakha, so Madhu Mangal, etc. So they come to Krishna and they say, so what's going on? Is everything okay? So Sri Rupa Goswami describes in Vidagdha Madhav. So he comes and asks, what's going on? Everything is okay? So Krishna says, yeah. So he is a Brahman, Madhu Mangal. He is expert in understanding body language. He has read the Shastra. So he is expert in understanding body language. He said, you are saying okay, but I know something is not okay. So finally, Krishna confides in him. And Krishna says something to him. In the same meter, Krishna says, please. This is Sri Rupa Goswami's own verse. Yeah.
After listening that.
Yeah. Rupa Goswami used to compose verses upon verses. So, if he has seen a verse from a previous Leela, so he will add to that Leela. So, this is from Sri Rupa Goswami. Same meter, Vasanta Tilakam. Tasya sakhe mukha tushar mayukha bimbe Duran mamakshi padavim adhirudha matre Nirbandhata shapata koti bhirambayaham Nitakshanadaha sadmani bhojanaya So, tasya sakhe, oh sakhi. Now, I want to clarify one thing. In Sanskrit, the term sakhi is also masculine and feminine. So, a male friend is also called as sakhi. And a female friend is also called as sakhi. In Hindi, we call sakha. But the Sanskrit term is what? Sakhi. So, in Hindi, we call it sakha. The Sanskrit term for masculine friend and feminine friend is the same, sakhi. Sakhyate becomes friend, therefore sakhi. So, sakhe, oh sakhi, oh dear friend, Madhumangal. Tasya mukha tushar mayukha bimbe duran mamakshi padivi madhirudha matre. He becomes fully poetic and he is expressing his poetic ability in front of his friend. As soon as her moon-like face arose on the eastern horizon of my eyes, which means as soon as I saw her for the first time. Basic meaning, all right? Yeah. As soon as I saw her, but he is expressing it poetically. As soon as the full moon of her face arose on the reddish eastern horizon of my eyes. His eyes are reddish. Yeah. So, I was immediately attracted. But Madhumangal, before anything could happen, Nirbandhataha shapata koti bhirambayaham. My mother came from behind and she said, hey, what are you doing? Krishna, it's time for eating food, chalo. Nitah kshanad, alas. I was taken by her home. She caught my hand and said, chalo, we have to go for lunch. Bhojanaya, eating food. Now, what is more important here? Food or moon? What is more important here? Moon. But instead of moon, he has to go for food. So, dejection. Here is the translation.
Oh friend, alas, as soon as the image of her moon-like face arose on the horizon of my eyes, my mother came and took me away from there. She gave me millions of oaths, asked me to go back home with her and eat food.
Yeah, she didn't notice immediately that I was gazing at her from a distance. But she asked me, what are you doing? I said, no, nothing. Chalo, we have to go home, have some food. I will come in some time. Krishna, come soon. Come with me now. No, I will come.
Why you? What do you like?
I promise I will come. You take you swear. Oath means shapa, yes. Kasam. So, millions of oaths. Come right now. All right.
I'm coming.
Chant and be happy. That Bhagavan himself is miserable. I hope you are able to.
But Gaudiya Vaishnavas are like that.
Yeah. See, all of you are laughing. So, a close friend of Madhurya Ras is Hasya Ras. Understand this thing. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, there is a description given of friendly and inimical rasas. So, the closest friend of Madhurya Ras is which ras, dear devotees? Hasya. So if you are laughing ha 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 at Bhagwan's misery, and that's all right, huh? No problem. But you should know that Hasya is present. It means it must have also brought its close friend. Which friend, dear devotees? Madhurya. If you were touched by Hasya, which means you are touched by some aspect of rasa. And as I said, being touched by rasa is being touched by whom? Sri Krishna. Raso vaisaha. Yeah, crying. Separation, see, Purvaraga is separation. So separation will also cause karun. What is karun ras? What is piteousness? So piteousness is karun ras. You cry already. So all of these things are there. Karun ras is also there for separation. Hasya is for union. So like this. So Krishna is right now Krishna is experiencing that. My mother gave me millions of oaths and forcibly took me. So mother has that authority. He cannot say a no to her. Yeah, forcibly she took me away. So Krishna has confided. Now here Sri Radha also knows he is suffering and he is dejected. So the gopis, they suggest something to her. Why don't you do one thing? Write a letter. And for those of you who know the art of writing love letters, how many of you have written? See, all of you are Hare Krishnas, you didn't fall in love. Never. Yeah. Yeah, I was spotlessly clean. So, anyways, those of you who have written love letters will know that there is a writing a love letter. The name of the recipient and the sender should not be given. Why? Because that letter will be given to the person, and because Lalita Vishaka Sakhi, they will bring a letter from Sri Radharani and they'll give to Krishna. This is for you. Who is saying? It's for you. Take it. And so if Krishna claims tomorrow that she was the one who wrote a letter first, so it can be claimed that there was no name written on the letter. So stop with your false allegations. So she writes a letter, and that letter is mentioned by Sri Rupa Goswami. She writes a letter, and that letter is bought by the Sakhis to Sri Krishna. They say, this is a letter for you. In Vidagdha Madhav, Sri Rupa Goswami mentions. And Krishna says, whose letter? Take it. Be happy. And he takes it. And Sri Krishna then goes to a quiet place and he takes the letter in his hand. He starts breathing heavily. Rupa Goswami's exact words. Please repeat after me. Samashvasihi. Samashvasihi. Calm down, Krishna, calm down. He's saying to himself, calm down, calm down. Before he opens the letter, he is calming himself down. Why? Narlila, human-like pastimes. So he is becoming very excited for receiving a letter. When he opens the letter is in Prakrit Bhasha, is in Shauraseni language. The Shauraseni language was spoken 5000 years ago here in Sri Vrindavan. Braj Bhasha is a modern Braj dialect, but the actual language that was spoken 5000 years ago is given by Sri Rupa Goswami as Shauraseni. So Sri Rupa Goswami mentions the exact letter in that exact language, so that we don't have to change it into Sanskrit. So here is that letter in Shauraseni language. You will notice it is slightly different from Sanskrit. The meter is still maintained Arya. I will sing, please repeat after me. Dhari appadichanda gunam. Dhari appadichanda gunam. Sundara mama mandire tu mam vasasi. Sundara mama mandire tu mam vasasi. Tahataharundhasi valiyam. Tahataharundhasi valiyam. Jah jah chaida pala emi. Jah jah chaida pala emi. Spiritual world, every word is a song. Like that. Yes. So you are coming in direct contact with the spiritual world, dear devotees. Please be very careful. Once you enter, there is no coming back. You have been warned. I said yesterday. So, he reads, Dhari appadi chanda gunam. Now this is in Shaur Seni. Fortunately, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur translated it to Sanskrit. So I could understand. Other this language I don't understand. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur translated this verse into which language? Sanskrit. Sanskrit it is easy to translate, but this language I could not translate. So I could translate only because of the mercy of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who translated this verse into the Sanskrit language. So based on his Sanskrit translation, I am translating this. Dhari apadichanda gunam. I am assuming a beautiful form. Dhari. Padichanda gunam. Beautiful form. Sundaram. Very beautiful form. Mama mandire tumam vasasi. You have now taken a seat within my heart. Now there is an indication here. What is an indication? See, Sri Radha's complexion is, which complexion is hers? Golden. So her heart is also replete with this complexion, golden complexion. So now there is one black spot in that golden heart. I hope you are able to understand. Ever since I saw you, within that golden heart there is one dark spot. Taha taha rundhasi valiyam. Within my heart, jaha jaha chaida palayami. Wherever I am running in my heart, taha taha rundhasi, you are stopping my path. And this darkness is gradually taking over my heart. Do something before I go crazy. So here is the translation.
Assuming a beautiful form, you are now residing in the temple of my heart. In whichever direction I try to run away, you appear there and surround me with your presence. I am unable to remove you from my heart.
So this is also an aspect of traditional life. And in traditional life, people had the courage to write letters like this to each other, to sacrifice one's entire existence for each other. You cannot find such love today in this world. You cannot find such love. There is nobody ready to sacrifice their life for you. They are all asking for a business transaction. What will I get when I marry you? I hope you are able to understand. This is the nature of the material world. Such love cannot be found in the material. It's always I wish to draw this line of demarcation, that you will not find this satisfaction in this world. And what satisfaction? There are two types of satisfaction. The satisfaction of giving oneself completely to another individual and taking away all their worries. I am repeating again. The satisfaction of giving oneself completely to another person and completely taking away all their worries. And the satisfaction of having such a person in your life who will take away all your worries. You will never have this in this world. This thing I wish to clarify. You may try as much as you want, but experience has shown, experience will show everybody that this will not be possible. The relationships that we have in this world, if somebody has a good relationship, that's very nice. The best use of a bad bargain, we say. You get that, very nice. And somebody doesn't have a very good relationship, that's also very nice. I hope you are able to understand. That's also very nice. Why? Because every wave is favorable. Every wave is favorable. Every wave can push you in the direction of Entering which Leela? Krishna Leela. Enter here out of dissatisfaction of material life, still no problem. No problem. Some of us are not fortunate to get love in our lives. I am just telling you this. Don't have the piety to attain any love of this sort in our lives. Why? We have not committed such karma. We have not given ourselves to other people unconditionally in previous lives. I want to ask you a question and please answer in yes or no. Somebody who doesn't respect their parents and treats their parents negatively, do they deserve a good set of parents in their next life? No. Somebody who doesn't treat their spouse nicely, do they deserve to have a good spouse in their next life? And Bhagavan is just. There is no injustice in Bhagavan's kingdom. So if we are suffering through something, is it just or unjust? Please tell me. Yes. It is just. So while if anybody is suffering, still enter this universe, alright? Enter this universe. Because in this universe, when you have an identity in this universe, it has nothing to do with the material universe. Forget about all the sufferings. Suffering here is the greatest joy. Shed tears here. Reserve all your tears for this Leela. This I am saying this thing. Reserve all your tears for this Leela. Often the material lives of devotees are not discussed, in an assembly like this. And we come from so many backgrounds and so many experiences, and not all the experiences have been favorable in our lives. And some of us have failed in our attempts to attain love in the world. But reserve all your tears, not for the person who left you in this world. Reserve all your tears for this particular Leela. Save your tears for this Leela. Because tears will fall short when you enter into these particular pastimes. So that it is very important to understand. Irrespective of what has happened to you in your life, you can relish Sri Krishna Leela and make your life successful. Sri Bilwa Mangal Thakur, in his material life, it did not succeed so well. He was chastised heavily by the lady whom he was attached to. But did his life become successful? Yes. Similarly, Sri Jayadev Goswami, wonderful married life. The most awesome married life that any devotee can ever have. He would sing, his wife Padmavati would dance for the pleasure of Bhagavan Jagannath. He said in Geet Govinda, Padmavati is one of my major sources of inspiration, because of whom I could understand the entire spectrum of Sri Krishna Leela. So, good conditions, bad conditions. Every wave is favorable. Sri Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj used to make this statement. Please repeat after me. Every wave is favorable. Yes.
Environment is
Always favorable. So, for an expert person who is surfing on the beach, are they favorable or unfavorable, or is every wave favorable? Every wave is favorable. You should know how to surf on the beach. So, from that point of view, that analogy is given. Every wave is favorable, provided you know how to expertly surf. Anyway, so Bhagavan is also thinking, Sri Radha is also thinking. They both spend many days like this and the deadlock is not breaking. Neither of them have the courage to walk up to each other and say, I am interested in you. So then how will the deadlock break? One fine day, Bhagavan just goes walking back to his home, and then he sees that Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj are preparing for a big festival. They're preparing for a big festival. He says, what happened? There is a big festival happening and we have invited everybody. Acha, he invited everybody? Yeah. Did you invite Maharaj Vrishabhanu? So Nanda Maharaj hears this and he says, no, actually, Maharaj Vrishabhanu has to go to Mathura for paying some taxes. So Maharaj Vrishabhanu will not be there. unfortunately.
But his
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. No water. Yeah, I am a dry desert camel. I survive on thorns. Don't worry. So, yeah. So
From the west.
yeah, from the west. Yeah, I'm a Western devotee, a camel. So yeah, Maharaj Vrishabhanu is going to go to Mathura, and he cannot come. So he is going with his family because family also wants to do sightseeing in the city. So he's taking his family. Oh. I really wish Maharaj Vrishabhanu would have come. No. If any one member from their family also can come as a representative. I think, yeah, it will be enough. Let one member from the family come. Long time I have not seen Maharaj Vrishabhanu. See. So Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda are thinking, yeah, it's okay, intelligent boy. Yeah. He's taking an interest in organizing the festival. I'm fluffing out the lila, alright? So Mother Yashoda decides, I'll send a messenger. Tomorrow is the festival, I'll send a messenger. So the messenger is sent. She sends an elderly gopi as a messenger, and the gopi reaches there and says, all of you are going tomorrow, but if one person can come from your family, it will be nice. And here Krishna is crossing his fingers, let that one person be. So, that one person should be somebody special. We won't speak their name. So as soon as this news is heard by Sri Radha, yeah, I will go. And the fire is burning equally on both sides. That is what you have to understand. So I will go. You will go alone, but we are not here. I will stay at the home of Nanda Maharaj. What is the problem? Then Mother Yashoda is there. I will sleep with her. No problem. Okay. You want to go? You will go? Yeah, I will go. So Sri Radha came with the elderly messenger. Now our festival is going on. And our Sri Krishna is busy in the preparations. He doesn't go for cow herding and no other engagements today. Only festival doing, no other doing. All right? Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Welcome. Please have a seat. So, Vyavasayatmika buddhi. One-pointed. And so he's doing so many things, and in between, while doing so many things, whenever the opportunity arises, so he's making some garland, decorating something, so like that, radar, so that is happening with him. So she is smarter than him. Now there is nobody at her home. She is smarter than him. And she told at her home that I will stay for a few days at whose home? Nanda Maharaj's home. So the entire festival is done. That day evening arrives and she starts crying. Why I am missing my home. I am missing my home. Please take me back.
Sounds like a reflection of this one.
Yeah. I told him that this world is more special. Gokul is more special than Goloka. So, so I want to go back home. My home, my bed, I am comfortable there. So, at this point of time, Sri Rupa Goswami composes a verse. This verse, original verse, he compiles a verse in Padyavali. Original verse is by Sri Lakshman Sen. And the verse is in the meter Shardul Vikriditam. Same as Shad Goswami Ashtakam. Let's sing together. We want to save time. Let's sing together. Ahutadya Mahotsave Nishigriham Shunyam Vimuchyagata Shiva Preshya Janah Katham Kulavadhu Ekakini Yasyati Vatsatvam Tadimam Nalalayamiti Shrutva Yashoda Giro Radha Madhavayor Jayanti Madhura Smeralasa Drushtaya. So Mother Yashoda is thinking, Ahu Tadya Mahotsave. I called her today for Mahotsav. And Nishi, now it's almost night time. Shunyam Griham, and her home is completely empty. Vimuchya Agata, she left that empty home and she has come here. Now I have to send back, but she asked Sri Radha, commentators had the details. She asked Sri Radha, we will go there, but the home is empty. I will sleep comfortably. I lock the door from inside, I sleep comfortably. I want to go. I am missing my home. She started crying at that point. I'll go sleep in my bed. I promise you, I'll lock from inside. No, but don't worry. It's just one night. I'll lock from inside. All right. So let's call that elderly gopi. So Mother Yashoda looked for the elderly gopi. Kshivaha preshya jana. Everybody is busy in the festival. Katham kula vadhur ekakini yasiti. Radha, how can you go alone? Vatsa. You see, in Indian homes, when the boy is present at the home and the boy is not doing anything, the mother asks, what are you doing? So that's a big trap for every boy who has lived in an Indian home. That's a big trap. When your mother asks you, what are you doing? And if you say nothing, acha, you are doing nothing. So what's Arey son? So, yeah. You know Sri Radha? Yeah. So you are the only one who has nothing to do in this home. Tvam tadimam nayalayam. You do one thing. You take her there. So the commentators add one detail. Sri Veer Chandra Goswami adds one detail. You take her there, but Krishna, it's night and you will have to return in the middle of the night. So if it becomes too late, you stay there. Shrutva Yashoda Giro. On hearing Yashoda's words, Radha Madhavayor Jayanti Madhura Smerala Sadrish. She was crying and he was indifferent. Suddenly both of them looked down. And then he took her home and And they played with toys and he came back next morning. है ना? Right? हाँ, ठीक है. He is very innocent boy. हाँ, This is the translation.
Yashoda thought, I have invited Radha for a festival. Nobody is at her home and she has come here by herself. But now she has to return back. All the servants are fully occupied in the festival. How will this chaste girl go back safely? She then said, Dear boy, you please safely take her back in the night to her home.
Yeah. And the commentator adds, if it gets too late, you stay there. Obviously, it is going to get late by Indian Standard Time. I hope you're. Yeah, please.
Hearing this, the eyes of Radha Madhava exhibited smiling, shy glances. May these smiling eyes be ever victorious.
So, wow. As I said, at the base of every rasa is which rasa? Wow. Adbhut. If you are experiencing hair standing on end, dear devotees, you are touched by rasa. And being touched by rasa is to be touched by Sri Krishna himself. This is how you know that Bhagavan was present in the katha. So this is how you understand. Yeah? Yeah, please read. Oh, yes, yes. I would love to read an alternate translation.
I have to find it.
Okay, okay.
This is 203.
Yes.
203.
From Sri Lakshman Sena.
Ahu tadya mahotsave nishigriham shunyam vimuchyagata Shivah preshya jana katham kulavadhu rekakini yasit. 400 plus. Just I'll do one thing. I'll switch to the Veda base Padyavali and let's see. 207 is the number in? Yeah, 207. Yeah, please read. My numbering system is somewhat.
No problem. Sri Yasoda said to Krishna, upon my invitation, Radha left her empty house tonight and joined our festival. Now it's time for her to return home. All our servants have become intoxicated enjoying the party. They do not respond to my calls. How can we allow a virtuous young wife to go home alone? Therefore, my child, you accompany her to her house and come back in the morning.
Yeah. Okay, come back when?
In the morning.
Wow.
Hearing Mother Yasoda's words,
Yeah.
Hearing Mother Yasoda's words, Radha and Madhava smiled at each other and exchanged glances. May their sweet smiles and sweet glances be forever victorious.
Wow. Yeah. Suddenly we are worried about the safety of Krishna. Yeah. So, as I said, when Bhagavan comes in this particular earthly pastimes, he fulfills his desire for experiencing the complete satisfaction of prema, what is also known as kama in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Gopyaha Kamat. The Srimad Bhagavatam says the gopis worship Bhagavan through which purushartha, which goal of life? Kama. And this is how Bhagavan made his own Kam Purushartha successful, by exhibiting pastimes in Gokul. Now, officially we are on the embankment of union. Now the daily talking has begun. I hope you are able to understand. Purvaraga has ended. Now they can freely speak to each other. So he can speak to her freely, she can speak to him freely. They can call each other freely wherever they want to meet at a secret spot, and they have decided the secret spots. The secret spots are known as Sanket. What are they known as? Sanket. Sanket sthalis or secret spots are spots meant for meeting privately, and it is in these private meetings that the they exchange their sweet smiles, glances, words, etc. And it is these places that there is also a lot of quarrel, because there is no good loving relationship without lots of quarreling. Yeah, it's very important to have lots of quarreling in order to have a good relationship. So our prema always moves in crooked ways. Sri Rupa Goswami said, Aheriva gati premna. Sri Rupa Goswami says, prema moves like a serpent. So how does a serpent move? In a straight line or crooked? No. The same realization in the material world was had by Shakespeare in A Midsummer Night's Dream. He wrote that the ways of love, they are always crooked. Right? So, Aheriva gati, the original inspiration from the spiritual world comes from Sri Krishna Lila. Aheriva gati premna. That the ways of love are always crooked, like exactly like the movements of a serpent. And so now they have met, and now everything, they should live happily ever after. So should we pause here?
No.
We can pause here easily.
No.
Okay, because it's a happy note. Why do you want to add some quarrel into it? Huh? Isn't that right? Yeah. So there's a very nice verse in the Subhashitavali of Vallabhdev, and this verse I consider, Sri Rupa Goswami also writes a parallel verse to this, but this verse really takes it to the maximum extent that I have seen in this world. This is a verse from the Subhashitavali of Vallabhdev. This verse is in the meter Harini. It's a very sweet meter. I will sing the meter, and I'll by first breaking every line into 3 parts. First I'll sing by breaking into 3 parts, then I'll sing the line together. All right? Please repeat after me. Samajaninata prema tyaktam yadishadabirshaya Samajaninata prema tyaktam yadishadabirshaya prema tyaktam yadishadabirshaya smara sukha sakhi nasa virsha vina kalahena ya smara sukha sakhi nasa virsha vina kalahena ya न खलु कलह सोन्योन्यं यः प्रसादनवर्जिता न खलु कलह सोन्योन्यं यः प्रसादनवर्जिता प्रसदनविधिर्नासौ यूनां नयेन विलिल्यिरे प्रसदनविधिर्नासौ यूनां नयेन विलिल्यिरे. So earlier both of them were separated, it was called Purvaraga. Now they have started meeting. Now with this meeting there is going to be the sense of belonging to each other. And so this author says, Samajani natat prema tyaktam yad ishad api irshaya. And please repeat the English translation after me. That love is not love, which is devoid of even a slight trace of jealousy. So love is love when there is possessiveness. It says jealousy, but actually possessiveness. So that love is not love which is devoid of the sense of possessiveness. Earlier, Sri Radha and Krishna were not thinking that you belong to me. Now that they have met, now something has entered into the relationship. What has entered? Possessiveness. Yeah. Now you, black spot which is taken over the heart. Now you belong to me. So love is not love unless it results in possessiveness. See, the opposite of love is not hatred. The opposite of love is neglect. Isn't it? Dear devotees, think about it carefully. Hatred is just possessiveness with another name. So the opposite of love is not hatred, the opposite of love is neglect.
Or
Indifference. Thank you, that's the exact word. The opposite of love is indifference. So if there is love, there has to be possessiveness. All right? Now, once again, that love is not love, which is devoid of even a slight trace of jealousy. All right. Smara sukha sakhi na sav irsha vina kalahena ya. And dear devotees, please repeat after me. Jealousy too is not jealousy if it is devoid of a loving quarrel. So, yeah, hence, in every loving relationship, there should be some loving quarrel. It's very important. And that it is going to happen in our Leela also. Radha Krishna. In Hindi term is jhagda, quarrel. Lots of jhagda. Everywhere, quarrel everywhere, dear devotees. Now possessiveness is there, so quarrel has to be there. Loving quarrel, because in the material world sometimes you quarrel so much you reach a point of indifference. Therefore I said you will never be able to attain any sort of this flavor in the material world. But in the spiritual world, it is perfectly fine-tuned in such a way that Sri Radha never quarrels so much that it starts giving him displeasure. And he never quarrels so much that it starts giving her displeasure. The quarreling should also be to enhance the flavor of the relationship that both of them are experiencing. Yeah. Not only teasing, harsh words, sometimes gali. But it should all, as much as he can take it. Yeah, separation, yeah. So then, na khalu kalaha sonyonyamya prasadana varchita. Dear devotees, please repeat. Quarrel is truly not quarrel if it is devoid of the act of appeasement of beloved. So at the end of every quarrel, there should be something. What should be there? Appeasement. And both of them know how to appease each other. So a quarrel is not truly quarrel if at the end of the quarrel somebody says, I am sorry. Somebody has to say, I am sorry. It was my mistake. Two egoistic people cannot do this. Somebody has to bend their head down. So it is the person who bends their head down, that is the person who sustains the relationship. So it is a misconception that we win over other people by dominating them in arguments. Yeah, I am right and you are wrong. The actual fact of life is that we win over people by bending our head down. Yes. So, most of the times we know who is the one who is going to be doing the appeasement. It doesn't need to be said. Most of the time it is he who will be doing the appeasement. And dear devotees. And finally, prasadana vidhir nasav yunam. The poet adds a final ornament too in the final line. Please repeat. And appeasement is not really appeasement. If lovers do not merge their limbs in a loving embrace. So dear devotees, this is, see, Sri Rupa Goswami also wrote a verse like this in the Ujjwal Nilmani, a shorter version of this. But when I read this, he took it to the maximum extent.
Not part of a journey?
No, I am making an exception. The reason why I am making an exception is because I wish that the quality of the experience should be taken to the maximum limit. There is a verse like that in Sri Ujjwal Nilmani where he says, because of sneha, because of love, there is possessiveness. Because of possessiveness, they fight. And that is what is called man. The next stage of love is called what, dear devotees? Man. Sulkiness, as they say in sulkiness. Yeah. So sulkiness is again a stage of separation. But for sulkiness to happen, the first you need to have love. And when love happens, the second stage happens. What is that? Jealousy. And due to jealousy, quarrel. And after quarrel, appeasement. And after appeasement, again union. And again. I hope the entire cycle of prema is summarized in this one verse. The entire cycle of prema is summarized in this verse. Yeah. Sometimes she also has to. She treats him harshly sometimes, then he goes away. There are examples on both sides, but I know you are siding with whom. Yeah. The verse is so nice, I committed to memory. All right? Would you like to sing once again with me? Yeah. Sing with me. Samajani tat prema tyaktam yadishadapirshaya smara sukha sakhi nasa virsha vinakalahena ya nakhalu kalaha sonyonyam yat prasadana varjita prasadana vidhir naso yunam nayena vililire. People of the modern world think beauty is only in the face. Beauty is in, Sri Rupa Goswami says, Saundarya, the beauty of a person is measured by three things. In the Ujjwal Nilmani, in the section on Uddipan Vibhag, he will say that there are three things that make a person beautiful. Please repeat after me. A beautiful mind, beautiful words, and a beautiful body. Bodily structure or features, facial features, symmetry in the bodily limbs. That is what makes a person beautiful. Today's world considers beauty to be ek anga, focused only in one aspect, body. There are no schools to train people how to become beautiful in one's speech or in one's mind. And hence you see all the problems in the modern world, and hence the love of the modern world can never reach this stage. Don't try this at home.
Now you're not laughing now.
Because somebody may think, oh, I can apply this in my life, and then there is a quarrel and the other person doesn't come to appease you and you don't go to appease the other person. And they lived unhappily ever after. So that should not happen. Verses like these are not meant for the material world. So the reason why I am repeating again and again is because the borders between Bhagavan's Nar Leela and the material world are very thin, and I have to redraw the borders again and again so that they become visible again. So I can't emphasize it enough that the borders are very thin. Suddenly you may find yourself trying to implement these things in your own life. Don't do this, you will suffer more. So be happy with what Bhagavan has given you. So so this is the cycle of prema as described. So one day she called him, come meet me at this Sanket Sthali in the evening. So our Bhagavan is running on Indian Standard Time. So purposely he is 2 hours late.
It happened when they walked back to Parṣada?
Yeah, sometimes in that place, and on other days also every day she used to call him. Sanket.
When they walked back to Parṣada the first time?
Yeah, they have walked back.
What was that quarrel then?
That is ahaituk. Ahaituk means no reason. Sometimes she becomes angry for no reason. See, newly in love, somebody has to show their domination first. I hope you are able to understand. So that this person will remain forever under me. That's how. So if I put him under me in the very beginning, so that trend will continue forever. But he is also not an easy person to deal with. Yeah. So anyways, so sometimes he used to come late. One fine day, and falling in love with this person is also a very risky task, because he is what you call in English a libertine. Huh? Yeah. So can somebody who knows refined English, can you translate what is a libertine? Huh?
Takes advantage of the situation.
No. Libertine.
He is free. He is going with anyone.
Does his own thing.
No, I will. So I'll pull out the dictionary. All right. So that we come to know what is the meaning of libertine, and I'll read the meaning of libertine from here. A dissolute person, usually a man who is morally unrestrained. Unrestrained by convention on morality. Oxford Dictionary says, a man who behaves without moral principles or a sense of responsibility, especially in sexual matters. So basically, lampato, yatha tathava vidathatu lampato. So good translation of lampat is libertine. So this she has fallen in love with a libertine. And often, so soon she discovers that this person also has other love interests. Besides herself, this person also has other multiple love interests. And you know how that, what that can do to a person. So, of course, this is Radha Krishna Leela. In the material world, if such things are discovered, there is immediate separation, or revenge. So therefore, these Leelas are not a part of the material world. This Leela is only to enhance the pleasure of both of them. So she takes to Man. Man is the stage of sulkiness. The definition of Man is given by Sri Rupa Goswami. Translation is by Srila Prabhupada in Chaitanya Charitamritam. All right. So the translation I am taking from Srila Prabhupada. Definition is by Sri Rupa Goswami in Ujjwal Nilmani. Please repeat after me. Dampatyor bhava ekatra satorapyanuraktayoh swabhishtashlesha vikshadi nirodhi mana uchyate. Kindly read slowly, Mataji.
Whether the lover and the beloved are in one place or in different places, their mood of sulkiness that obstructs their looking at each other and embracing each other, although they are attached to each other, is called Man.
So they may be in one place, but they will not look at each other. Slowly they look at whether he is looking or not. And he is also very egoistic. So he also, but he also has weakness. He will also look if she is looking or not. So, but internally they want the other person to make the first move of appeasement. That's what Man is, right? Even though it is my mistake. Who was late? Please tell me. Say loudly. Who was late? Krishna. Whose fault is it? Krishna. But there was festival at my mother Yashoda engaged me. She should at least understand some things. Yeah. She doesn't understand how I am the next king of Vrindavan. Yeah, completely innocent. So this is Man. The Man reaches the highest point when she discovers that this person, I was waiting for him for the entire night, and this person comes early in the morning. And then there are some visible signs on his body. Yeah, that something has gone terribly wrong. So in one early morning this happened. He came and she saw his peacock feather is completely disabled. His hair are disabled and his ornaments are. And he is wearing some cloth. One piece of a cloth is from some other lady. Different color. So Sri Rupa Goswami composes this verse. This is her response. The verse is by Sri Rupa Goswami, exhibiting the sentiment of Sri Radha. Khandita Radha, Khandita. She is angry. Meter is Shardul Vikriditam. Let's sing together. मुक्तान्तर्निमिषं मदीयपदवीम् उद्वीक्षमाणस्य ते जाने केशररेणुभिर्निपतितये शोणीकृते लोचने शीतैकाननवायुभिर्विरचितो बिम्बाधरे च व्रणा संकोचं त्यज देव दैव हतया न त्वं मया दूष्यसे. So Sri Jiva Goswami's very close friend was named Sri Vishnu Das, very good commentator on Vidagdha Madhav, Sri Ujjwal Nilmani. So Sri Vishnu Das explained this verse, friend of Sri Jiva Goswami. He explained this verse in Sanskrit. Based on his explanation, I am explaining here today. So she waited till morning and he did not come. And then she went for Surya Puja, because early morning time is time for her for worshipping whom? Surya Dev. And she was worshipping Surya Dev. He was trying to avoid her, but accidentally happened to go through the same way. And his condition, she saw. And she is doing Surya Puja, she is offering argya, water to Surya Dev. And this person comes and his hair is disabled, and he's trying to hide his face and quietly so she says, Muktantar nimisham madiya padavim udvikshamanasyate jane keshara renubhir. Oh, your eyes are very reddish. Now devotees, they are reddish for one reason, because he has not slept. So your eyes are very reddish. But I know. While coming from that Nag Keshar Kunj, the flowers of Nag Keshar, that pollen must have entered your eyes. I know. Mr. Innocent, I know. You're right. Shoni krite lochane, so your eyes are reddish. Shitai kanana vayubhir virachito bimbhadhare chavrana, and your lower lip there is a mark of a cut. I understand that it's the cooling winds of Vrindavan must have chapped your lips. Sankocham teja, give up your shyness. Dev, oh Lord, oh Maharaj of Vrindavan, give up your shyness. Daiva hataya, I am the one who is unfortunate. Na tvam maya dushyase, I see no fault in you. Go away. So, actually speaking, such a person deserves gali. I hope you are able. Yeah. Loving, abusive, not loving, true abusive words. But see, Sri Radha, she is very dignified. He may lose his dignity, but I won't lose mine. So then, dignified criticism of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Here is the translation.
Keshava, I know you are telling the truth, that your eyes are not red from staying awake all night with Chandravali. Rather, while waiting for me with eagerness, your unblinking eyes have turned red because the pollen of the Nagakesha flowers fell into them. The mark visible on your lips is also not from a lover's bite, but your lips have simply chapped due to the extremely cold wind of the forest. Therefore, O Lord, do not hesitate. I am not blaming you. It is I who am an unfortunate woman cursed by fate.
Yeah. Problem is not with you.
My father is not
Problem is with me. I fell in love with you. The fault is not yours. The fault is entirely mine. What is my fault? I fell in love with a person like you. Similar verse, another time. Sri Kavi Karnapur's verse, final verse for today, dear devotees. All right, Kavi Karnapur's verse. Same pastime, but expressed by another poet. Sri Kavi Karnapur. Meter is Harini again. Sweet meter. Please repeat after me. Sahajamarunam Netra Dvandvam Tavadhara Pallava. Now I'll sing the entire line, okay? Sahajamarunam Netra Dvandvam Tavadhara Pallava. Sadada Murali Nada Krida Vidaudava Savrana Vana Viharane Ratrau Gatram Sakantagalanchanam Kathamiha vina dosham jata paradha iva sthita. Sahajam arunam netra dvandam. Are your eyes are naturally red. Your eyes are naturally red. Tavadhara pallava, and your lower lip, lotus bird like lower lip. Satata Murali Nada Krida Vidhau Savrana. Because of that rough bamboo flute. Yeah, a constant contact with that rough bamboo flute. There are marks of cut on it. Vana Viharane Ratrau Gatram Sakantaka Lanchanam. And you were searching me in the forest throughout the night. I know you were looking for me in the night. And so the thorns must have scratched against your skin, and though marks of scratches on your skin. I know. Kathamiha vina dosham. Why without any fault you are standing here as if a criminal who has committed a crime? Here is the translation.
Your eyes are naturally reddish. Your lower lips are displaying marks due to engaging in constant flute play. And of course, your limbs have scratches on them due to the thorns that scraped against them while you were walking in the forest. Keshava, you are absolutely faultless. Why then are you standing here like a guilt-ridden person who has committed a crime?
So, dear devotees, now somebody has to do the appeasement. And who is the one who has to do the appeasement most of the times? Yeah. Yeah. Because this version of events will be accepted only by Mother Yashoda. Yeah. Because he comes back in the morning, she sees, oh, his body is scratched. My dear boy. So, you can try your tricks with Mother Yashoda all day long, but she knows what is the exact reason. Sri Radha knows the exact reason. So, then he will fall on her feet again, and then she will refuse to meet him. And then there are many more verses like this, where he will go back with heaving a sigh of distress. He will try going back to his home. His mind is thinking of Sri Radha. On the way, he again meets Chandravali. But his mind is so absorbed in Radha, he tells Chandravali, oh Radha, how are you? Two mistakes on the same day. Sri Rupa Goswami calls it Gotra Skhalanam. There is a technical name where you get even the name incorrect. Kotraskalanam. So then,
That happens in this world.
yeah. So then he is still in his own mind. So she said, "Acha, how are you, O Radha?"
How come?
"Yes, Maharaj comes, I am very good. How are you?" She replies, "Yes, Maharaj comes, I am very good." So he says, "Oh, foolish girl, where did you see Kamsa? You tell me where you saw Radha." Then he rubs his eyes. Oh my goodness. Bends his head down and still smiling. Still smiling. Sri Bilva Mangal Thakur, he has given that verse. Radha Mohana Mandira Dupagadah Chandravali Muchivan. That verse is there by Sri Bilva Mangal Thakur. Still smiling. So in my childhood, my mother had one phrase, Nirlajjah Sada Sukhi. A shameless person is always happy. A shameless person is always happy. Maybe that phrase has some utility here. So, anyways, he goes back to his home and he requests Nanda Maharaj, please invite Maharaj Vrishabhanu tomorrow to morning assembly for breakfast and please invite him with family. So they come next morning and she is sitting on that side of the assembly, he is sitting on this side of the assembly, and then he tries looking at her and calling out to her. She is not interested. Suddenly what he does is, the sun is shining from behind, he takes the shadow of his head and puts the shadow of his head at her feet. Right? Takes the shadow of his head, puts the shadow of his head at her feet. Dear devotees, one last verse? Yes. Sorry, I couldn't have...
And I have one extra request, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
There's one verse which you were speaking about the mongoose and the snake.
Yeah.
Can you speak about this?
Sure. So I'll in the Q&A we can take up.
Okay, good.
This is Padyavali 242. Meter is Shikharini, same as Jagannath Ashtakam. Shiraschayam Krishna Swayam Akrita Radha Charanayor Bhujavalli Chayamiyam Apita Diya Pratikritau Idi Krida Kope Nibritamu Bhayora Pyanunaya Prasadau Jiyastam Abhiguru Samaksham Sthitavato Shikharini. The meter is named Shikharini. Shiraschayam Krishna took the shadow of his head. Swayam Akrita and placed that shadow. Where? Radha Charanayor. At the 2 feet of Sri Radha. She tried to pull her feet back, but how much can she pull? The shadow is faster. Dear devotees. Finally, the shadow touched her feet. So she also knows when to stop sulking. It's important to understand. It's not revenge. It is prema. It is not revenge. It is prema. Finally, he is the enjoyer. Try to understand this thing. Finally, who is the enjoyer? Sri Krishna. So, Bhujavalli Chayam, she took the shadow of both her palms and put it on the shadow of his head. Pratikritau, put that shadow of her hands on the shadow of his head. Iti krida kope, it was all sulkiness for fun. She knows his nature. She knows this person is attached to multiple ladies. She knows it is my fortune that I have fallen in love with this person. Acceptance has happened long back. And it's not only acceptance, it is her way of loving him. He loves her like he loves nobody else, and she loves him like she loves nobody else. But the weaker one in this love is him, not her. And let this weakness remain forever. Because two strong people cannot fall in love. One of them has to be the weaker one. Isn't it? One of them has to be the supporter, one has to be the supported. So, Bhagavan becomes the weaker one. And she becomes the stronger one. And therefore, iti kridakopa, it was all fun. Sulkiness out of fun. Tad ubhayoropi anunaya prasada. All glories to this anunaya, this act of appeasement, and prasada, the act of forgiveness. All glories to these two activities. Why? Guru samaksham sthitavatau. They did it in front of both their parents, and parents didn't even come to know about it. This, huh?
The parents were trusting.
Yeah, trusting. And they are taking good advantage of that trust. Alright, so I'll conclude with a verse by Sri Jiva Goswami. दान केली कलौ लुप्ता धर्म मर्यादयोर भजे राधा माधवयोः काम लोभ दंभ मदानृतम. So Sri Jiva Goswami says bhaje. You can see in the end of the second line, bhaje, I worship. I worship. I worship what? I worship Radha Madhavayo, Radha and Madhav's Kam. I worship Radha Madhav's Kam. I worship Radha Madhav's Lobha. What is Lobha, dear devotees? Greed. What is Kama, dear devotees? Yes. I worship Radha Madhav's Kam. I worship Radha Madhav's Lobha. I worship their Dambha, pride, that they exhibit in their dealings with each other. Mother, their intoxication. Anritam, their constant lying. I worship all of this. Why? Lupta dharma maryadayor. They have completely finished all limitations of dharma. Dharma is lost. So-called morality is lost in all these pastimes. Lupta dharma maryada. What is the meaning of lupta? Vanished. Finished. Dharma maryada. What is dharma maryada? The stringent lines which should not be crossed. The stringent lines, boundaries of dharma which should not be crossed. Lupta dharma maryadayor. In these pastimes, they have vanquished those lines, finished those lines. Dan keli, such as Dan keli, Dan lila, Man lila, they finished those lines. Forget dharma purusharth. Dharma is lost in this pastime for Radha Madhav. But one purusharth is victorious. Which purusharth is victorious? Kam. I worship the Kam of that Bhagavan, who lost all sense of dharma, which Sri Radha, in pastimes such as Dan Lila, Man Lila, etc. This is Sri Jiva Goswami's introductory verse to his commentary on Dan Keli Kaumudi of Sri Rupa Goswami. Yeah, please read the translation.
I worship the lust, greed, deceit, pride, and falsities of Radha and Madhava, who have lost all sense of worldly religiosity while displaying their loving quarrel in the pastime, such as exacting dan, tax, etc.
Yeah. So this is Sri Jiva Goswami's verse, and it's a quarrel. I told you, no, love will be full of what? Quarrel. Quarrel after quarrel after quarrel. From one quarrel to another quarrel. And then again reconciliation. And again quarrel. And again reconciliation. In this way they lived happily ever after.
Here quarrel is kalau.
Kalau. Kali. Kali. And Kali In the locative case in Sanskrit grammar, Kali in locative case becomes Kalau. Kalaha is a separate word, Kali is a separate word. So Kalau here is locative case, Adhikaran Vibhakti, Saptami Vibhakti of Kali. So Kalau is the term. So this is how in the quarrel, that is locative case. That is what it is. Kali means quarrel. We all know Kali means quarrel, the age of quarrel. In the spiritual world also there is constant quarrel. Kalo. Yes. All right. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Yadatra skalitam kinchid vidvam saha purayantu tat. Yadatra saushthavam kinchit tad guroreva me nahi. Yadatra skalitam kinchit. It's possible I might have made mistakes while speaking. Vidvam saha, you are learned devotees, purayantu tat. Please correct any mistakes. Yadatra saushthavam kinchit. But if there's anything nice in the presentation, please understand tad guroreva. It belongs to my Gurujanas, my Diksha Guru, Sri Srimad Radha Govinda Das Goswami Maharaj, my Shiksha Guru, all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada are my Shiksha Guru, all the godbrothers of Srila Prabhupada, all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas from all the families of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the past, in the future, and also the present, all of you are also my Gurujanas. It belongs to you, may nahi, it doesn't belong to me. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Yeah, so see, it has ended on a sober note, all right? Huh? Some of you are going with a heavy feeling in your heart. That is my gift to you. That is my gift to you. Go with this heavy feeling. Huh? Go with it. Often people say end sweetly, end with laughter. I understand. But I know my audience is different. To have a lasting impression, I should send them away with a heavy feeling in the heart. So I am sending you not with a light feeling, because what happens with a light feeling, they go after 5 minutes, you ask how was the lecture, it was nice. What was nice? Yeah, it's something nice, it was nice. So therefore, to leave with a heavy feeling is good. So we'll remember and we'll nourish these and ruminate upon this. Pastime should be ruminated upon, just as a cow ruminates upon fodder. Eat it once and then later the second chewing rumination happens inside. That's how pastime should be ruminated upon, and that's the success of understanding this pastime. I sincerely pray Sri Rupa Goswami will be pleased with this very meager attempt to explain some of his verses, and I pray always for his mercy, and I pray that a small side glance from his kripa should fall upon all of us, especially myself. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so the story about this, the mongoose and the snake.
Mongoose and the snake, all right. Huh? So now, dear devotees, there is prasadam today for everybody or
There's
not?
pasta for everyone today.
Pasta, all right. Huh?
No spicy.
No spicy.
How about very spicy for you?
For you, very spicy.
Oh, okay.
Samosa also.
Mataji, I am culturally conditioned for spicy.
There's lots of spices, just not the pungent ones.
Okay. Yeah, but
No, for you,
pungent is the main rasa, if you ask me. Anyways,
If it's too hot, it's in the mode of what?
passion.
Yeah.
When it's too bland, it's in the mode of ignorance, isn't it?
But it has other spices, so it's not, it's
Okay, yeah.
not
Okay.
tasteless, because it has other spices.
Yeah. I appreciate all varieties of prasad from.
It is relative term.
Yeah. But I most appreciate what I am culturally conditioned with. But anyway, I'll definitely. So there is this pastime in the Dan Keli Kaumudi of Srila Rupa Goswami, where Sri Bhagavan is always waiting in the narrow lanes of Govardhan. He is waiting in the narrow lanes of Govardhan so that Sri Radha will come along with her Sakhis, and he will suddenly jump in and stop her path. And so that pastime took place in Govardhan. Sri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, he mentioned that, and it's a very loving quarrel that took place there. And I had displayed that in Goloka Dham in Germany last year. I'll pull out that verse again. Let me not this
I think it was before last year. It was not
2 times we did it. So I think it was in the presentation of the culture of Shri Krishna Smaranam. We did that. Yes, it must be here. Yes. This one. So because it's very nice when it is relished with the original Sanskrit. Yeah, wonderful. Here it comes. So under Smaran of Leela, one fine day she is in Govardhan Leela. She is just walking and she is least anticipating that he will stop her path. So he is also waiting, hiding behind the bushes, and with his friends Arjun Sakha and other friends are there, Subal etc. are there. And suddenly when they pass through, suddenly Arjun Sakha stops the way. He stop. So dear devotees, Subal Sakha also comes ahead and says, first and foremost you should all pay respect to our chief toll collector. So chief toll collector is standing quietly beside. He is wearing the wearing a pagadi. You know what is pagadi? Turban, etc. He is dressed like a toll collector. Nowadays also, some years ago I used to see in Vrindavan, somebody is driving a rickshaw, suddenly some person randomly will stop him in between. Why? Give 10 rupees. 10 rupees for what? Local toll tax. Besides the government, we have our own local toll tax. So even after 5,000 years, the tendency is still there. So exacting tax. So first and foremost, pay respect. Pay tax later, but first you all should pay respect. So Vishaka started laughing. See, these are gopi girls. They are very bold. They are not like those Brahmin ladies, shy. They know how to give a proper answer. So Vishaka laughing. We know how much worthy of respect, this cowherd, prince of cowherd is. We will not pay obeisances. Why? We have taken a vow today of carrying fresh butter to fire sacrifice. Purnamasi Devi has arranged it, and the person who is performing the fire sacrifice is Bhaguri Muni, our priest, and she has forbidden us to bow in front of anybody except a Dvija, twice born. So by that time Krishna's thread ceremony had not happened. So technically he is not a Dvija, which means this person is not even Dvija. So this, just in a very rough language, why should we bow to any street side person like him? That way they are saying. So Arjun Sakha suddenly jumps in and says, our chief toll collector has also taken one vow today. It's good you have also taken a vow. He has also taken a vow. So in Shastra, there is no harm if one person who has taken a vow pays obeisances to another person who has taken a vow. So he will also pay obeisances to you, but you first pay obeisances to him. The latter thing is not going to happen. So first you pay obeisances, he will also pay obeisances. So at that point of time, Lalita Sakhi asks, and I will speak and you repeat after me. Okay? And she asks very strictly, please repeat after me. What vow?
What vow?
Suddenly Krishna jumps in. And this is what Krishna says, the original Sanskrit. Please repeat after me. Nityam abhalar buddha dvija vasanadanam nama vratam. Bolo. I will saying again, alright? Hear carefully. Nityam abhalar buddha dvija vasanadanam nama vratam. ऐसा नहीं. Tomorrow all of you will have to participate in such leela. Develop some expertise. Should we try one last time? Alright? Nityam abalarbuddha dvija vasana danam nama vratam. Long practice is needed. अच्छा ठीक है, I will make it easy, ठीक है, because I am also a translator. A translator's job is to make it easy. Please repeat. Nityam abala arbuda dvija vasana danam nama vratam. All right, now it's easy. Yes. After some practice, you should be able to say Nityam abala arbuda dvija vasana danam nama vratam. All right. Now we'll translate it. On the surface, it seems what Krishna is saying. So I have marked the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and I will speak the Sanskrit. You just have to speak the English translation. Don't speak the Sanskrit. You have to speak the what? English translation. Nityam abala arbuda dvija vasana danam nama vratam. This is the name of the vow. So the name of the vow is the vow of donating cloth every day to 100 million helpless. Now this doesn't make any sense. But as I said, this person is most crooked. All right. So something is hidden behind his words. Once again, dear devotees, what he actually wanted to say is as follows. Once again, you have to repeat the statement of Lalita Devi. What vow? At least now say Nityam abalar buddha dvija vasanam danam nama vratam. All right. Slowly it will happen. Now we will translate the real meaning, which was within his heart and which he also wanted them to know. Nityam. Once again. Nityam. Abala arbuda dvija. Teeth are also known as dvija because teeth also take birth how many times? Twice. Milk teeth and permanent teeth. All right. So teeth are also known as what? Dvija. So dvija vasana danam nama vratam. This is the name of the vow. So this person is fit for gali. I am telling you. Don't. There is a reason why Mahaprabhu called Lampato. Now you understand gradually why Mahaprabhu named him that. Finally, Sri Radha also had to retort back. So the daily vow of kissing 100 million helpless ladies passing through this toll gate. The epitome of all libertines is right here. So there is a verse about that. I'll try to find. It's not here. It says Nakula Strinam, Bhujangam Nakula Strinam. So in that particular verse, Sri Rupa Goswami has mentioned, and I will pull out that verse from the Vidagdha Madhav. It's a very sweet verse, so that we can all have.
This is the first verse, and in the Vidagdha Madhav, and then this is the reply. Same.
Sorry, in the Dan Keli Kaumudi, not in the Vidagdha Madhav. In the Dan Keli Kaumudi of Sri Rupa Goswami, he. Yes, I will pull out that verse. Wonderful. Here is the verse. Please sing after me. Dharshane nakula strinam bhujangesha kshamah katham yadeta dashanairesha dashanapnoti mangalam. Acha, what vow are you taking? The vow of doing what? Kissing a helpless 100 million ladies. Sri Radha's reply. Dharshane nakula strinam. Dharshane nakula strinam. You can enter, you can put a space here, okay? You can If you enter a space here, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you enter a space here, it will be na kula strinam. Dharshane na kula dharshane. If you trouble, kula strinam, ladies that have good family lineage. Bhujangesha, even if you are the lord of all the libertines, kshamah katham, you will not be able to do so. You may be the lord of all the libertines, but I am kulastri. What is kulastri? Very chaste lady. Yad eta dashanair esha, and if he forcibly tries to kiss them, dashan na apnoti mangalam, he will attain the highest inauspiciousness by her husband. Acha. Also very expert. Darshane nakula strinam. Nakula also means mongoose. Darshane nakula strinam. If somebody tries to give trouble to the ladies of the mongoose, to the wife of the mongoose, and who is that Bhujangesha, the king of snakes, even if it is the king of snakes, if he tries to give trouble to the lady of a mongoose, to a lady mongoose, yadaita dashanair, as soon as he tries to bite her, dashanna apnoti mangalam, he will attain the highest inauspiciousness. Because you know what happens when a snake and mongoose come together. So that is mongoose wins. So she also crafted a double meaning verse at that particular point of time. So this is what it is. So this entire pastime is Dan Leela. In Dan Leela there is a lot of laughter. All of you are laughing because Hasya Ras is the close friend of which Ras? Madhurya Ras. So that's it. All right. So thank you. So should we pause? Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Thai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. See, these are some of the pollen that fall from the petals and pollen that fall. So she is accusing some of it must have fallen in your ears. ये हटा दीजिएगा, कंप्यूटर में चला जाएगा.
Dear most devotees, so many thanks for coming here today. Some of you were here yesterday and the day before yesterday, and I'm very happy to see how much interest there is to hear the beautiful conceptions of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, Srila Diva Goswami Pad, and all these beautiful rasic jnana that are present in Sipadhyavali. The relishment of Harikatha is very special and very valuable in the life of a practicing bhakti yogi or yogini. So I am very much indebted that all of you have come, and I request you please honor some Mahaprasad, Seva, which has been prepared by devotees. It is very tasteful. You can add anything you like, chili, pungent, stringent, anything.
I want to say something.
Yes. So my again thanks to all of you, and I hope to see you again and again. And Sripad Hari Prasad Prabhu will continue his katha, his beautiful presentation of the conceptions of our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya in Govardhan. Tomorrow, I think it will start in the Govardhan Retreat Center near Yatipur, and perhaps you can announce the schedule so that the devotees can come or they can register. I don't know how that exactly works, but I myself, I will just go and hear Harikatha and just relish the beautiful association of such sincere Vaishnavas like our Sripad Hariprasad Prabhu. Especially I want to thank him for coming for 3 days to our humble ashram, Bahulas ashram, and I request that he will continue always to come and visit us and we can cultivate a beautiful, loving friendship amongst each other. All of us, please be welcome again and again, especially our neighbors, Parosi. Very happy. This is the purpose of living here, to come together and relish Harikatha. So my sincere thanks from core of heart for Sripad Hariprasad Prabhu and his associate Vishnu Gyan. Vishnacharan, yeah, today especially very happy appearance. And all of you, again, Vancha Kalpata Rupyasya Kripa Sindhavaya.
I want to say something. Once again, I'm very thankful to Prabhu. See, this environment is a very informal environment, so I could speak very informally. In a formal environment, I will never speak like this. The only reason why I was able to speak is because the environment gave me confidence to speak. So I remember one time my Guru Maharaj was speaking in a particular temple, and he was speaking on the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and somehow he became overtaken by some emotion, and somehow some tears came from his eyes. So somebody complained, right? Somebody complained that why is he crying? But that was on the first day of the Katha. So from the next day onward, he changed the topic. And he took Gajendra Moksha Leela. So the reason that I really love informal environments like this is because the audience is like-minded, and there are rarely are there people who are sitting like this. Yeah.
This group is willing to weep.
Yeah. So because it's very difficult to first pass their test of authenticity and then speak Katha. Is it? Huh? It's difficult to pass the authenticity test of each and every doubting person and then speak confidently. Yeah. So in informal audiences, you don't get people like this. So is he bona fide? Like that. So you can straight away declare, I am not bona fide, and speak the Katha, all right? And get away with it without any repercussions. So I really love this type of, I'm not bona fide. Are you okay with it?
Yeah, very good.
Okay, see that's...
I know that all those who speak Harikatha, they are not bona fide.
Yeah, because Krishna is the most unbona fide.
Yeah.
So speaking about him, especially his sweet leelas in Vraja, it qualifies us as unbona fide speakers and unbona fide listeners.
So this is that assembly. Huh? Thank you for being a part of this assembly. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Partners in crime.
Prabhu, I have an easy question. I'm not going to ask, I have 3 from class, but I won't ask that. I would really like to learn all the different meters. Is there any place in person or online where I can learn that?
Yeah, there was an English book, Chando Vallari, which was produced in English by a professor of Sanskrit prosody. So
Sanskrit what?
prosody. The science of meters is called prosody.
Okay.
So a professor of Sanskrit prosody produced a book in English, Chando Vallari. I have a PDF. If you want, then you can send an email to me.
Okay.
I'll send you the book.
That would be wonderful because I would really like to learn that.
The book explains the mathematics, how to identify the meters. Because a meter is nothing but a collection of short and long syllables. Short is known as gu, la. Short is known as la, lagu. Long is known as gu, guru. Gu 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 la la gu la gu la 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 gu. Gu gu la gu gu la gu. So a verse is nothing but a mathematical pattern of lagu and Guru.
Isn't there something called Lagu Amrita or something?
Lagu is short. Lagu always means short. So short syllable, long syllable. Short syllable, one eye blink. Huh?
Yeah.
Long syllable, two eye blinks.
Right.
The time division. So my Sanskrit teacher taught me in childhood. So I learned easily. So like this you can learn. So
I would really like that.
But the tunes have to be gotten from a person. You'll have to, because the book will not give you tunes.
Yes.
Yes.
But it's good to know the meter before you get, you know, the tune.
So the
as well.
mathematical composition of every meter remains the same, but every meter can be sung in multiple tunes.
Yes.
So that's a detail.
There's some people that claim that the basic.
Yeah, Sarvam Dhatumayam Jagat or Sarvam Chandomayam Jagat. The entire world is filled with chanda, mathematical procedure. So that's a different way of looking at it.
Yeah. Not so person. Is that impersonal underneath?
Yeah, slightly impersonal. For the devotees, Sarvam Prema Mayam Jagat. Like the entire universe is filled with prema.
Gotcha.
Why mathematics when prema is there?
You were mentioning how you that if I love Alfonso mango juice, I shouldn't expect everyone else to love Alfonso mango juice. My question about that is that I've heard that in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and in our parampara, and because we're following Rupa Goswami, who's Rupa Manjari, that actually most of the followers will be in Madhurya.
Yeah, there is the tendency will be to go to Madhurya because it is Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunaya Vatirna Kalau Samarpayitum Unnata Ujvala Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam. Yeah, so the tendency will be to Mahaprabhu himself came to give Madhurya Ras, which was not given previously. So most will opt for that. It is also the king of all the rasas.
So you were requesting that we not expect that from others, but is it okay to try to inspire others?
Of course.
Yeah.
But inspiration should not be by dictation.
Yeah. Not forceful or critical.
Inspiration is relish, let them relish the verses and then they will automatically.
Yes.
That inspiration is much better than, Madhurya Ras. That sort of inspiration is not good.
Yeah.
But aspiration. We
Aspiration.
can aspire
Yeah.
for this.
Or show them the sweetness. Then which person will not select? Example. Show them then anybody will select.
Best teacher.
Best. So that is. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Could you please tell about the Govardhan program?
Yeah. In Govardhan there is a retreat, Sharanagati. It's beginning tomorrow in the evening 5:30. Okay. So the schedule I am telling, you can the secretary of RR, she sent a flyer which has the schedule. If you come tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. to Govardhan Retreat Center, the Kirtan will begin. 5:30 is welcoming and presenting the seminars. I am giving the initial starting time, there you will get the entire schedule. Okay, and I am telling you the dates. It is from 6th February Friday and the final send-off is on 12th February Thursday. So 6th to 12th. Tomorrow is introduction, until 12th. And I am going to speak a lighter topic there. Slightly, the audience is slightly different.
Yeah.
So the topic will accordingly be slightly different, but nonetheless it will be something nice to learn.
Do you
So what
speak at
time-
the same time?
what
Yeah,
time-
I am one of the speakers.
What time is your?
Mine is at evening 6:30. 6:30 to 4:30 to 6:30. Sorry, 4:30 to 6:30.
Each day.
Yeah, each day. 4:30 to 6:30.
Starting
Yeah.
On the
Saturday.
first
he's
night
starting
will you
to-
speak?
Yeah, introduction. Tomorrow introduction. So all three speakers will give a little introduction. Okay. And then day after tomorrow, the formal presentations begin.
Prabhu, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hari Parshad Das. That channel doesn't have any photograph of me. It's just an impersonal channel. So you know my real tendencies. Hari Parshad Das.
And everything is posted there. That's
So that is
fantastic.
a live.
Ha. And these were posted live on
Living Wisdom.
Living Wisdom channel.
From tomorrow onwards.
Tomorrow onwards, I don't know. Perhaps the GRC will announce that.
Which I could do now.
Yeah.
If they have
So
live.
Oh, if they have live, yeah.
I'm sure they have recordings.
I think they want to keep it for later.
Later,
They will
yeah.
record, but they will not make a live stream from the retreat. That's what I heard
Yeah,
from
perhaps because
Bhagavad
that will
Gita.
be an impetus for people to register and
Yes.
attend. Huh?
Yeah.
So I think registration also costs. Simply attending the talks may also have a registration fee. So please note that before you come there. So may or may not be talks are free. I'm okay with anything. If they say that it is free, I'm happy. Or if they say a registration fee, then you will have to pay it before you come. But here everything is free. Huh? Thank you so much. Oh, wonderful.